All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How is everyone going? We're going to have another look at Harmony One here by request, because everyone wants to know what's happening, and the price chart is moving while everything else is not, so it is super bullish. But before we get into the video, please like, subscribe, and share amongst your friends if you want to keep up to date with these lovely charts that are happening in assets like Harmony One. Alright, so what am I seeing? I'm seeing bullishness. I'm seeing a chart that did not offer us up that dip that everyone wanted. I think we had this peak here on the 13th of March, and I'm on a 1 hourly chart because I just want to kind of show you the structure and show you how much action is going on in this chart, because like the daily chart doesn't really do it justice. But basically we had this 3.9 cents peak here, accumulation, and then it fired off out. So it was a 6.7% cent peak. Now, I thought that, from previous retracements, it could have offered up something around there, maybe 7 cents, but it really has only given us this range here, from 8 cents down to, if you grab the very tippy bottom, 7.4 cents. So I do hope that if you were waiting for the dip, that was enough of a dip for you, because, do you know what? I can't see it offering much more again. I'm not going to be one of these guys that's saying this is the lowest this thing will ever be, because it will retrace at some point. I just don't think that's happening in the near term, for a couple of reasons. One, I'm seeing the sentiment around the thing is huge. Large YouTubers, like, YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of followers are starting to cover it. It's going to go mainstream. It's probably going to do really well in this bull run because of that. And hence why, these dips may seem not that great, but in the scheme of if you're buying something at 10 cents and if it does go to $1 or $2 or $3, then, it's still going to be a great trade, right? So can't be too greedy thinking, oh, we've missed out on the thousands of percent, when we can still get the hundreds to the 10x's or the 20x's, right? So one right now, 25% up, while not much is in the green in my watch list anyway. The only other things that have had a good day is ZRX, but I guess we all want to hear about one, and we want to hear about what one's going to do. So right now, and this is beautiful to watch because the candle is actually printing green right now. So we can kind of get in there and have a look. Massive volume there came in at 7 p.m. My time, Irish time. Bit of a pullback in the red, and then your buyers are just strong. So the sellers are sold out. So you can see this structure, all-time high of 10.8 cents, crash, retracement to the 702, crash again. So we've been offered the 7.5 cents twice, and then again, and then kind of a retracement around the 702 or the 618, another deeper crash. So 1, 2, 3 attempts to the bottom. All the sellers get shaken out, and then higher lows. So it looks on this small time frame, it looks like the correction has completed and we're going to move out of there. Now, if we're lucky enough during this video to see it break through all-time highs and move, then we're clearly out. But there is every chance that it will kind of reach up to this 10 cent level again and knock back and do a little bit more accumulation before it fires out of there. So I guess if you're fully accumulated, have some dry powder, and you're just trying to play the game of really grabbing falling knives and catching dips, you can sit there on the sidelines and wait and have some orders down here in this zone, in the 8 cent zone. But I think clearly this box has become a solid support level. Not many candles have been closing and opening in this 1 hours in this zone, if you can see. And if we move it to the 2 hourly, we've got even better results. And then a 4 hourly, you can see that the red candles have still closed above that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 out of kind of 24-hour candles have spent a bit of time in this kind of buy zone of the dip, but the rest of them are closing and opening well out of that zone. So to me, I can see this thing firing on out to the upside. Now, it's up to yourselves. I don't know what sort of advice people want at this stage in the game. Do you want confidence that's going to go to the upside? Well, yes, it seems super bullish. It's been on a tear. If we look at since this dip here on the 23rd of Feb, we've followed this uptrend perfectly, like dip, dip, dip. So higher lows all the way up, really aggressive peaks, aggressive run-ups, pullbacks, aggressive run-ups. So, there couldn't be a more bullish chart as far as I'm concerned. If you look around at other charts, even if we compare probably the most bullish chart, which is Cardano, which did do a super bullish run here between the 1st of Feb and the 11th of Feb, it's kind of, slowly accumulating, just tested its all-time highs again, pulled back pretty heavily. So, I can't see a more bullish chart in my watch list. Maybe Zilliqa has had a kind of few big pumps lately and kind of had a good run there since the 23rd as well. Maybe I could say Zilliqa is as bullish as one. But like I say, I'm not invested in Zilliqa. I kind of jumped out of that at some point, and probably sillily, but hey, lucky I got into one, which has been super bullish. But you can see here, like Zilliqa, if you're talking about from 8 cents to 19 cents in from the 23rd to the 17th, and we go back to 1, we've got, what is it, 1.7 cents up to 10 cents. So there's some steep aggressiveness to the Harmony 1 chart. Where are we heading? I could probably now update this 16-cent target, and we'll see. We can see now, because of this move, and I'm going to treat this move all as one and do a measured move, and kind of now get a realistic target that we could probably attempt to predict, right? Because if we look at a measured move on the trend angle, so I might even go a bit kind of conservative here, Control C. So you can see here that move there to that peak there was exactly that move to that peak there. So if we just repeat that again, based on that dip, we're straight away looking at the 44-cent mark. So I've got this 16-cent target, probably based on the Fibonacci of this particular move. So that's probably the short-term trade. If you were going in at the 8-cent mark and you wanted to get out quickly, you'd talk about that 16-cent mark being the next target, a little 100% move. But yeah, as far as like a measured move of where we could go kind of on a decent pump and accumulation, 44 cents is a target for me. But then there's this idea that maybe you could do this entire move again as well. So if we were to look at it from that perspective, we're probably hold on, if we get rid of those again, and if we do the full move from, here up, and then from there up again, that's where we're getting into our dollar targets. So if we think about 27th of January to 15th of March, in the next 3 months, we could be easily looking at that dollar if we complete a similar move again, if it stays as bullish and keeps on flying. But at the tops of these runs, these things can go up super quick, so it could definitely play out a lot quicker than that. But Harmony 1 is bullish as hell. Going to go back and zoom in again there, just because I can, and I will, and just kind of see where we're at, 23%. So we are flirting with that, that 702 retracement level. So I guess for any kind of traders that want to enter in on the momentum, and I'm sure we're all well aware of how to do this, but yeah, we're kind of right there at the 702. So we need to break this 10.1 cent level. We really need to break this 10.1 cent level to actually kind of confirm that we've broken out again, because we tested it once there, we've tested it there, so it's been tested a couple of times. So for it to break out and make the next move, and I think things will move very quickly once that happens. If we can kind of close a 4-hour candle above 10.1 cents, that would be the sign for me. If you were kind of trading that momentum and you wanted quick money, kind of hammering it in as soon as that 4-hour candle closes above 10.1 cents. But you can see there it's finding some resistance again, so there is that chance that it fires back. So if you're doing that sort of trade, I would have a little tight stop loss, somewhere around the 9.6 cents, I guess, and then try it again on the next move. But that's Harmony 1. We're looking at 44 cents up to $1.2 on the next kind of measured move over the next month to 3 months. So that's about all I've got, and that's all depending, that's depending on Bitcoin, that's depending on, the market in general. You've definitely got to be aware at this point that some people who may have been in this thing early at the 0.5 cent may be looking to take profits, and you never know. So because it's in price discovery, it is always likely for a correction. So be cautious, especially if you're piling in now and you don't have any position at all. Make small and regular additions to your bag, I think, because there's always a dip to buy, and I think being greedy and trying to throw everything in now and then it pulls back, because by all rights, it can kind of test this uptrend line and still be in an uptrend and bullish, or at least retest these lows or this area here. So it's still got every chance that it could dip back again and still be bullish and still be in an uptrend and still be above, daily 50 MAs. It's miles away from its 50 MA. It's miles away from this line. So there's no reason why it couldn't retrace, but there's also every reason why it's still going to keep going, just because of, I guess the volume here on the day already, considering there's 18 hours to go, and the size of this green candle. It's just saying that there's buyers in town and they're buying. Not a lot of sellers. There was clearly a bit of selling yesterday, but we still were green, and we've had solid selling for the previous 2 days. So if we have any sort of volume like this in the buyer level of the 15th of March, we're going to see a very large candle. We'll probably hit that 16 cents overnight if we break through. So yeah, like I say, if you're falling asleep soon, set your orders in for your take profits if you are taking profits at that level. But if not, and a lot of people comment to me, they say, why would you take profits? Why wouldn't you just stake or anything like that? So be it. Every man to his own choice and every woman to her own choice. There is nothing wrong with walking away with more money than you put in initially. That's the goal of trading, right? So that won't be me. I'm sitting on the sidelines at the moment. I'm actually I'm full of active trades, but there's nothing I'm looking to do except for cake. I'm just waiting for cake to break out and reef, and then I'll make decisions on them as to whether I pile them into things that I'm a little bit more bullish about, just because I'm not so happy about the amount of time reef and cake have been accumulating for. I know that their moves are going to be huge. That's why I'm not selling them, because naturally once, the spring coils, and if anyone's held XRP, you know that sometimes you've got to wait a long time for that spring to coil before the pop. But that's where we're at. Just waiting on reef and cake to maybe make a decision in the next part of my trading portfolio. But other than that, sitting steady, happy that I'm fully accumulated. And got to be happy to watch this Harmony 1 chart. Anyway, I'm going to leave you there for now. Hope you've enjoyed your evening. Hope you enjoyed your day. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now. Been Crypto Plan. Like, subscribe, and catch you. Bye.